Oh, I thought you said stuff fly people watch. It's stuff fly people like, watch, do, stuff fly people do, stuff fly people like, stuff fly people watch, stuff fly people eat, stuff fly people talk about, stuff fly people preach about, stuff fly people shout about. Hey! Shout out, drop the mics and cutting up, just cutting up. Yeah, I had an amazing time. Like, I wouldn't trade this experience, this platform for anything. Like, in real life. Child, first of all, aesthetically, we look amazing. Like, let's be real. The new editions was an upgrade. Because, you know, sometimes a lot of people might go backwards because they try to save a coin, but they spared no cost when it came to, we're going to make sure that we look good. This brand, this name is really sticking in the community. So aesthetically, we looked great, and everybody brought it. Like, as much as people say, oh, well, we heard some negativity, we want to see everybody just get along. Show me where they do that at. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is, and I love every minute of it. Yeah. Now that part was, I would say, not only was it stressful, it was draining, because whenever you have to honestly even reveal it, I hadn't even come to grips with it with myself. Like, yo, like, then to look in my kid's face, I'm just like, and I told production, I was like, okay, I'm going to say this to my children. I haven't rehearsed this. So whatever you get, I'm just letting y'all know. I don't know, they might bust out crying. We may have to just immediately lay a sheet out and go and pray. I didn't know what I was gonna get, but my kids were sitting there, heaven was like, I don't care. Shoot, I ain't like him, no way. I was like, oh my God. And the way I saw it was, because now she locks her phone, and we about to talk about that because she just turned 12, but she was 11 when we shot the footage. I was holding her phone, and I had saw her text my new husband, and she was just like, how you doing? Like, we always text, make sure they good at school, what was school, like, what happened today? And so she was like, everything is good, and then she was something like to the effect of, can I ask you something? And I was like, don't be grown asking, so, like, is you gonna be in my mother? Like, you know how kids try to get grown, but she was like, I'm glad that you make my mom happy. I can tell that she's happy. And she was like, thank you for that. She said, because she was looking and she was being miserable, and I don't want to be miserable like my mom. And I was like, so it was like a try, but it was like a gasp, but it was just like a wow. I wouldn't have ever thought that she would have even said that to him. Like, that was heaven and goddess, my daughters, they don't talk to anybody. And a lot of people equate it with me being their mother, being the godmother of shade. They automatically think my kids are begetting my shadism. But I'm just like, no, they just will sit in the room. They just are so reserved into themselves. And it's crazy. When they cool around you, they be so turned. But when they are feeling the situation out, they'll literally sit there like this. Like statues. You won't even know they're there. So to see her open up, I was just like, you know what, God, this is the one. I see you. I see what you're doing. Like, I saw it for that. And I was just like, wow, because one of the things I've always, I wouldn't say struggle with, but I've held on longer to some situations because I was like, I didn't want my kids to have different men in their life, different things in their life. I didn't want them to see a lot because I'm not a thought. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be sure that that spirit, because that's a spirit. People just out here just hoo-hoo. And I'm just like, because they're looking for love. And I wasn't looking for it this time. I'm so glad that it found me. And I was just like, the fact that she trusted him with that conversation. And the children had met Carl, which we call him KD, Dad, Dynamite. They had met him, but they didn't know to what extent that this relationship would be. So I was just like, wow. So I applaud her for that. Now she just, so y'all gonna buy me some Jordans or not? Like, I said, okay, you think you slick, but are you gonna buy them? Hello? No, I'm just kidding. Just my whole background from when I started in the game, how I started, just my whole background, like that 90s era, we'll never get that back. It's over with. We are in the era of the Young Thugs and the Rich Homie Quans, and I really like that music, but they can get away with it because it's rap. But when it's the R&B side, when people could just, I'm like, yo, you're not gonna hit none of the notes, none of the notes, just like none of it. You're not gonna even attempt to, y'all pray for me, y'all take all mistakes with love. You're not gonna warn us. Now you playing with my job. So that's when I dust off my cape, you know what I mean, and come back and put out an album and stuff like that, because I thank God that I've still been able to maintain my range, if not learn more and still listen to and practice and study. Like, you have to study and show yourself who. You can't just come out and think you're gonna do some old ass ad lib from 1999. You all right, baby? Hello? But it's just like you have to stay up on games with it being that period where you could be cute, but you don't have to sing. Now it's just like, well, if people like it and it picks up, then we good. But we had the Milli Vanillis, so it's not like this is something new. There's nothing new under the sun. Just some people, they get one check for it, and then people just like, oh, okay, you fooled me, you got through the door, but you're not gonna last in this house. Only the strong survive at this point. To this day, I'm just like, my balance is my imperfection and my imbalance. It's just like, how do I do it all? Like literally no sleep, barely, like trying to find the time. Can I get a little something because my blood sugar low? You know what I'm saying? You just have to make time. It's just like with everything, I ask for this. I ask for it back. So it's just like, I gotta make it work with the children. It's like, oh, excuse me for a minute. My daughter just got home from school. Let me make sure because they just sending out their school text everyone now. And a bus had got stolen this morning. And it was a special needs bus, so I was like, well, thank God, this happened in Maryland. So I was like, thank God that's not my daughter's bus. Like, but somebody stole a children's bus. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, people still do that? So where do they do that? And I would have never expected it in our area, but the devil is cunning. The enemy is trying it. So that's my balance. Will you take a second to check up on it? Beyonce preached that thing. She said, check up on it. And she checked up on it. That's how I balance it. Plus, I have a great foundation. I really thank God for my foundation now, because before it was just like, well, I gotta be Little Mo, so this has to happen. But now I have, both families. Like, I have a complete family. I've added to my tribe. So not only do I have my 4, but I have my husband's 3. So we have 7 children. It really is. You can call me Carol after this. I love children. So it's just like, as long as people, baby mother don't be acting up, we good. Because it's never, like, I would never disrespect anybody's child. Like, even if it's a child of the street, like, I love kids. Because I'm just like, yo, like, little people, those are the most honest people. They like, you say. They just say whatever. And I love that. The stuff that my sons and my kids are just turned. So just for us to blend together and they get along, you wouldn't even be able to tell that they come from separate walks of life and households and stuff like that. It's like they all crazy and they're all within the same age bracket. So it just makes for a perfect blend. And if God be for us, you'll see a lot of that, because we're about to start filming 3rd season of R&B Divas LA. So you'll be able to see my balance. You didn't really see a 2nd season because there was a lot going on. I was already done with the divorce and stuff like that, but you got to see it pan out. Like, I had to go through the motions. Like, for the first 4 weeks of the 10 weeks we filmed, like, I was in my bag. Like, ooh, I looked like I was on some of that good stuff. And I was just like, yo, I don't want people to see me like that. So I was glad the way I was edited to, conform to my new life. Like, immediately, you get to see, like, yo, she be hurt, but everything is for a reason. Every move is strategically planned. My favorite, I would say that since the 1st season, honestly, it's always been Misha Lay, because she's freaking hilarious. Like, I wish that you could just, if they would take everything, like the stuff that she does and the things that she says in her tone of voice, and she was like, I'm serious, Mom. At first, I thought she was playing, because I was like, all right, I remember something in my heart, and I was like, she probably don't really talk like that. You got to come up with a gimmick. So when I first met her, I was like, but then when I got to know, I was just like, yo, I freaking love her. Just the stuff, because she's like she's from South Central, like Dr. Dre, Suge Knight. She's the queen of death row. Let's not forget. She was in the midst of that East Coast, West Coast, you know what I mean? And I told her, I said, you have the most powerful vagina in all the music industry. Let's be real. If you wasn't so, you know what I'm saying, I respect her. But like now, like my relationship, me, Chrisette, Leela, and Misha Lay are the Golden Girls. So those are my hearts. It's not one of, like, we all we got. And at the end of the day, just like my newfound friendships and sisterhood and camaraderie was just like, yo, this is what I wanted all of my life. Because, childhood friends, I got my day ones. I got like one day one left. The rest, like, girl, bye. I'm not getting on my Facebook, because I do not want nobody that was in 6th grade with this girl. Hello? They get on my nerves.
Do they DM you? Do they go?
Oh my God! I had the boy that I talked about on the show, and he in the book that I lost my virginity. Actually, he borrowed $3,000. on my Facebook inbox. I ain't logged on since. He was like, I hope this reaches you in good spirits. First of all, and I was like, and he was like, I finally, like, he apologized for, blah, blah. He was just like, I remember you used to always say, you'll need me before I need you. I used to tell him, I said, you won't need me before. He was like, and the time has come. I showed my husband, he was like, yo, let's set his ass up, let's beat him the fuck up. I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me. But I was just like, yo, he tried it. Oh, man, I've had people hit me from high school. People like, yo, my people from jail, at the jail I work at, they said they went to school with you. I don't care. I know I have a prison ministry, but damn, hello. The stuff I get, people be like, yo, Mo, I said, if you could see the things that are in this phone, yo, look at this. I be like, look at this.